it just became very apparent that this wasn't the time for us to be on our sport climbing holiday.
Gosh, everything about coronavirus happened so fast and strangely, and I think for everyone in the world, really, except for maybe a few experts. And so, we went very quickly from, I think we can stay and climb and be careful and maintain social distancing, to this is starting to feel really weird. The last day before we left, we went to a bar that was still open, and we had espresso and croquetas and talked to the locals, and it was all normal in one way, and it was all completely apocalyptic in the other way, where the locals were telling us there were cases now in our town, and the bar was open today, but who knew about tomorrow? So we were getting that information, but at the same time we were sitting there having espresso and hanging out well within 6 feet of everyone, locals, old people, our friends.
And then one morning we woke up and one of the towns near us had been put on lockdown, and there were cases in Oleana, the town that we were climbing in, and it just became very apparent that this wasn't the time for us to be on our sport climbing holiday.
We see someone new and we're like, let's talk about corona.
The decision became really obvious, and then it was like, how do we get out of the country? And just like that, the little cars all packed up again. We are going home, coronavirus.
Hopefully we're going home.
We have been trying to get out from Barcelona, canceled flights, unknown explanations. So we are pulling the trigger on trying to drive from Spain to Switzerland. We're gonna cross through France, Andorra, and Switzerland. Hopefully get across all the borders with our American passports, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be on a flight. Not the way we planned on this trip.
We were really worried that flights were just gonna keep getting canceled, and so we decided that the safest and most likely chance for us to get home was to actually fly out of the next closest airport that United flies direct from Europe to the US out of, and that happened to be Geneva, Switzerland.
The experience getting home was kind of surreal, really. In one way it was stressful because so many of our friends and family at home felt this real panic that we might not be able to get home. So there was that, but then there was our reality. I think, everyone knows me and Emily travel 6 to 8 months a year. I've dealt with, coups where a government has been overthrown in a country that I'm in before. I guess I've just seen a lot of things traveling internationally, and so I had this really high level of confidence that the American government was going to help us get home, and the Spanish government was going to help us get out of the country. So I was really confident that while it might be wild and it might take days and it might change on the fly, we were going to be able to get home. And so to me, it was kind of a wild adventure with cool decision making along the way. And then there we were. We're in Newark.
We are in the US.
We are not in Europe. We think we maybe just squeezed out. Sounds like Spain just closed its borders. 20 hours after we left Spain, we drove to Switzerland because the flights kept getting canceled out of Spain just because there was no one on them, not because of the quarantine.
I'm so relieved though.
In the US, we're in Newark. The health checks were totally mellow. We don't have temperatures. We're gonna keep flying SFO from Reno, and then we're gonna quarantine for 2 weeks, which I've never seen Emily so excited about anything.
just like everyone else, we're just trying to take things day by day. We're trying to train a little bit, trying to stay sane, trying to get outside when we can, if we can, trying to do our best for ourselves and everyone else around us. We're in quarantine right now for 2 weeks, and after that's over, probably nothing will change. We'll still stay home. We'll still hang on our hangboard and do computer work and talk to our friends on Zoom and just everything everyone else is doing, honestly. And we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know how long this will last. We don't know how much worse it's going to get. I think it's pretty clear that it's going to get worse, and so we're all just sort of bracing ourselves for that and trying to embrace the uncertainty.
Good morning.
We needed to mix it up today. We're 2.5 weeks in.